everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexis, and this video was just like super difficult. I filmed a video on this topic with my sister the other day. We hung out and we went shopping and we were like, oh, let's make a video together, it'd be so cute. Didn't turn out well, it just, yeah. So I'm remaking it, and at first I was going to record in the guest bedroom where the birds are, because I rearranged it and there's actually a pretty nice setup for me to record videos, but they were like super noisy and the dogs kept running around and going in and out, so it was just all a mess, and I decided I'm starting over. So this is the start of the video. Finally. I'm like, finally here. Okay. So, minimalist shopping. A lot of people who don't really know about minimalism or have never tried it or don't live the lifestyle of a minimalist, they think that minimalists don't shop like for things that they want. They think that they only buy things that they need, and like they're really never out doing like shopping sprees or just splurging on themselves, and they're only confined to buying things that they need. And I'm here to tell you that's not true at all. However, when minimalists, at least this is how I live and how I shop, for minimalists, buying things that we want is a lot more like, we do it more mindfully, and a lot of times we'll wait to buy things that we want, just for the sake of, it's not working, just so that, you know, we're not buying things on a whim and like just purchasing things to purchase things. Like, we're actually getting items or products because we really enjoy them, or we really like them or want them or can find a use for them, or sometimes they might just make our life easier, or even just to spruce things up. But when we shop, it's much more mindful. I kind of like to build up to shopping sprees, so I'm constantly making lists. Like, whenever I go to the grocery store, I make a list of all the things that I need, and then I make a list of things that like I might not need but that I wouldn't mind having or that I want, you know, because I want some groceries like that I like. I mean, I like them all, but you know, sometimes you just want to splurge and treat yourself, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this hairdo is not working today. Yeah, so I like to build up to shopping sprees and make lists. I'm constantly making lists of things that I want and that I don't necessarily need. Lately, a couple of those things have been like a few makeup items or clothing items. And I also had, I have a couple gift cards from the holidays that I need to use up. And so I don't just go and like, I have a gift card, so I'm gonna go and buy everything from that store and use up the whole gift card. Like, I got them on Christmas Day, and I just spent part of one the other day. Like, I didn't even use the whole thing. I just bought what I wanted to get and what I had thought about for a while, like thought about getting. So I'm always making lists. I'm constantly adding and taking things away from lists, and I feel like making lists for things that you want and don't necessarily need is a brilliant idea, because then you can wait maybe like a week or two or a month, depending on like what kind of purchase it is. Like, if it's a big investment, you might wait longer. If it's more expensive, you might wait longer. But then I wait until I find something that like fits my kind of criteria for whatever I'm looking for. You know, high standards. I got them. And then even like after I find something that kind of fits what I'm looking for, I'll even wait out just a little bit longer. Like, even if it's just a week or a couple days, I really just want to make sure that that's the thing that I want to get and that something else doesn't pop up that, you know, is better than that. That would save the hassle of like returning things and just like dealing with something that you don't want anymore because there's something better that you should have waited to get. So the other day when my sister and I went shopping, I had in mind a summery dress, and I wanted a new perfume, and I had an idea of what I wanted it to smell like. So when I went into the perfume store, I just went straight up to an employee and was like, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking for. Do you have anything like this? Like, I wasn't gonna just waste my time and like find something that, you know, I could spend money on just to spend money on it. I really want it to be something that I like, and I really love it. And let's see. So yeah, and I did end up finding a dress actually at my work, and I waited a couple days once I found it, and then I went and got it when I went with my sister. But yeah, Minimalist Shop. It's like might be a huge surprise to some of you, but like it's fun. Like it's good to mix things up, and sometimes it's part of like maybe your hobby or something you just really like to do. And I don't think it's a bad thing to spend money on a hobby. Absolutely not. Like if you love to paint or you like doing different art things, like it's totally cool for you to go and buy the materials you need, or, you know, go out to like a art gallery because it'll inspire you or whatever. Like splurging on things that you enjoy and splurging on hobbies and materials for your hobbies, I don't think is a bad thing. But also, if you're trying to be more mindful about what you buy, definitely, you know, maybe wait things out. Like sometimes we'll see a product and we're like, oh my god, this thing is so great, and then like we buy it and we realize like, okay, we really could have done without it. So to avoid that in the first place, just kind of build up a list and then like eventually, or like look at it frequently and take off things that you know you could really go without. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like shopping while being like doing shopping sprees as a minimalist is a lot more rewarding, because I feel like I used to shop all the time and it was like you get that instant high and then like you just come back down and you're like, wait, like I'm not happy, or like I don't feel any better than I did before I bought all of this stuff and spent all my money on it and like wasted a whole day or two just shopping and buying whatever. Like I feel like when I buy something, it's that much better because I've waited for it and I really want it and it's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted, and like I get to use it now. Like it's such a good feeling, and it's a lot more like rare or occasional that I go out and buy things that I like really want. So then when I get them, it's just like, heck yeah, it feels like a holiday. Like it feels like my birthday and I'm treating myself, like, you know, because minimalism can be a lot of work, especially because of the pressure of like consumerism, and fast fashion is, ooh, that's a really tough one to like resist. So I feel like I can reward myself with, you know, a little shopping spree every once in a while. Like every 3 months or something, like I'll get a couple things that I really have been wanting. Yeah, it just feels so much better than doing it like every week or every 2 weeks, or spending, you know, a chunk of every paycheck on, you know, things that you just want and you might not even like really want them. So yeah, those are kind of my tips. Build up lists, wait out, or, you know, like wait to buy things before you actually commit to getting them and spend your money on them and spend your time purchasing them. And, you know, spread out the amount of times spread out your like shopping sprees, and just be really mindful about what you're getting. Like, I don't know, everything that I own, I really enjoy. And some things also are trial and error. Like, you think you'll really love it, or you'll think a product will work for you and you just absolutely hate it. That sucks. I hate when that happens. Actually, when I went with my sister, we had gone to Bath & Body Works because we both had gift cards, and I got a perfume that I that fit my criteria of what I was looking for. And then I had a little bit left over and I was like, okay, I really like the smell of this soap. It was a hand soap. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I'll get this because I really like it. And like, for me, it's a little different because I read ingredient labels on everything. I make sure everything's not tested on animals. And Bath & Body Works doesn't test on animals, but some of their products do contain animal ingredients. And I wasn't paying attention, and I went and bought a hand soap, and I realized it had gelatin in it. Like, that's so gross. Why would I want to wash my hands with, you know, boiled animal bones? Like, what comes from that? That's disgusting. So I went the next day to return it, and she was like, oh, well, we have this other one. And again, I don't know why, but not thinking, I didn't look at the label, and there was another animal product in it. And so I got out of my car, looked at the ingredients label, and I was like, well, I have to go return this now because I just was like trying to buy something and it didn't work out because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't being mindful of what I was getting, so I brought it back in, returned it. She was like, you were in here like 2 minutes ago. Not even 2 minutes ago. You got out to your car and came back. Like, what's going on? But it was it was kind of nice though, because then I got to talk to her about why I don't use animal products, because she was asking me like, oh, like what's wrong with what's in it? And I told her, and she was like, that's actually really disgusting. And she, you know, showed me another line of products that are kind of more natural, and it had beeswax in it, and she was like, well, what's wrong with that? So I kind of got to talk about like why I don't use animal products, and she was really curious too, so I was it was kind of good the way that it worked out. Like, I got to share something with someone that might have impacted them, but also like it was kind of a waste of time for me to be going in and out of the store like twice in like 5 minutes. It just, I mean, not really a waste of time, but you know what I mean. It wasn't necessary had I looked at the ingredients thoroughly before I even purchased the product. So I was buying something just to buy something because I had a gift card, and I knew I shouldn't have done that. So, you know, I learned something. Be much more careful with what you're purchasing. And yeah, so if you're thinking about becoming a minimalist, don't be afraid that you can't ever shop and you can't ever spend money on yourself and treat yourself and go on shopping sprees with your friends. You absolutely can. And it actually is a lot more fun as a minimalist because then you're getting things you enjoy and getting products that you'll use and love, and you're just being really mindful, and it's a nice little reward to be able to treat yourself to something that you really, really actually want. So be a minimalist. You can still shop. Yeah, so if anybody has any tips for like minimalist shopping, how to avoid spending all your money on things that you don't need, go ahead and leave those in the comments below, and I would love to maybe share some of them if anybody leaves any for me. And it's just good for everyone else to see. So if you have any tips, go ahead and leave them below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you want more videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.